What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. On this channel, we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update, so I want to break down some technicals, going over S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, but also breaking it down from a technical standpoint, a lot of stocks that are going to be on the very top of my personal watch list. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And what do you know, guys? We had another green day today, except for the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq 100. So the markets are getting very overheated. We have to be very careful over here. So Russell 2000 went up today 0.55%. Nasdaq went down. It pretty much broke even, guys. At the end, it just went down 0.05%. We can make the case that it broke even. Dow Jones went up 0.43%, and the S&P 500 went up 0.37%. And when it comes to the sectors that trade inside the S&P 500, a classic defensive sector led the way today. Utilities, guys, was the best performing sector in the S&P, going up 1.59%. And the worst performing sector was tech, guys, but it only went down 0.32%. So we had a positive day in general terms. So 9 out of 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500 went up today. And the financial sector, which is another very important sector, went up today 0.76%. I want to pull up quickly, guys, TNX, because we had interesting action when it comes to the 10-year Treasury yield. And take a look, guys, at how the 10-year Treasury yield already burst above 1.63%, which happens to be a former area of resistance back from May. So this is bullish for the, inflation bears out there. So if the 10-year Treasury yield keeps on going up, the next gap is going to be pretty much 1.7%, which is going to be very negative for tech growth and higher multiple stocks, no doubt about it. This is something that we need to keep track of, no doubt about it again. So now I want to show you guys, before going over S&P and the Nasdaq 100, I want to show you two trades that I closed in today's trading session, and the first one was with Caterpillar. So I purchased yesterday 50 shares of Caterpillar at $198.80, paying $9,939, and today I sold out of my shares a bit early, we can say, because Caterpillar ended up going up to, let me see, yeah, I left some money on the table, guys. So the high point of today's trading session was almost $205. But whatever, guys, profit is profit. So I was paid $10,146 over here. So I closed this trade with a $200 profit. And today I also sold a covered call on Alibaba, guys. And in the case of Baba, let me see if I can pull up here the trade. So I sold, I sold the $187.50 or $187.50 put that expires on November 19, and I was paid $512, guys. And mind you, my average cost when it comes to this position is at around, let me see. So it is at around, I think that I am holding the bag here, right? Yeah, I am holding the bag. But my average cost is $180. So if Baba happens to be at or above $188, let's say, by the expiration date, I am going to obviously keep my premium, and I am going to be selling my 100 shares with a profit of almost $700. So that's the plan when it comes to this position of Baba. And I am kind of in a rush today, guys. I have a lot to cover, and you guys know that I have to record 2 different videos in 2 different languages. So let's go ahead, and we're waiting for the earnings of Tesla. I don't even want to see Tesla over here on my screen. I just want to provide you guys. I have Tesla on my watch list, but I just want to provide you guys with my live reaction. I don't have much to say in the case of the S&P. We are already overheated. Take a look at the relative strength index of the S&P. 78 points. We need to see some sort of retracement, some sort of pullback in the S&P 500. This isn't healthy. So, in technical terms, and since the S&P closed today's trading session at 4,536 points, the next important area of overhead resistance is going to be pretty much all-time high, 4,545 points. Do I want the S&P to burst above, to take on all-time high tomorrow or even in the course of this week? Hell no, guys. I would like to see a pullback down to 4,500. And since we close at 46.36, then if the S&P happens to pull back down to 4,500 and trades near 4,500 for at least 2 trading sessions, we are going to see the relative strength index of this index cooling off a bit. And that is definitely necessary. So that's what I am hoping for when it comes to the S&P 500. Some sort of pullback down to 4,500. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ 100 quickly, guys. This is going to be a express edition of the bilingual stock market channel. So NASDAQ 100 went down today. Lucky enough, not much. It almost broke even. It went down 0.14% and it closed today's trading session at 15,388 points. And despite the fact that the NASDAQ 100 pulled back a bit, it is still very overextended. Relative strength index at 75 points, and we need to keep a close watch on the 10-year Treasury yield, guys. This is going to be the very first victim of the 10-year Treasury yield if it happens to fill the gap up to 1.7%. So, and as I just said in the case of the S&P, I would like to see a process of consolidation between, guys, 15,275 points and 15,400 points. I think that if the NASDAQ 100 happens to pull back and pays a visit and finds support at 15,270 points and trades sideways for at least 2 trading sessions, that is going to be very beneficial for the relative strength index to cool off a bit. So that's what I want to see in the case of the NDX. And in terms of overhead resistance, the next gap that needs to be filled by the bulls is going to be up to 15,500 points, and I hope this gap won't be filled at least during this week. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla, guys. Is it Tesla? Usually it is 4:09 p.m. Tesla usually reports at around 4:20 p.m. So let's go ahead and take a look. What is going on here? A big dump after hours. So in regular hours, Tesla went up today, let's say 0.18%, and it closed today's trading session at $865. So let me pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute. And what is going on over here? So Tesla is trading at $856. It is down. It is a bit down after hours, not much. So is the report out? Yes, it is out. So what happened here with my favorite stock ever? Let's see. Okay, Tesla EPS came in at $1.86, beating the estimate of $1.57. And when it comes to sales or revenue, what is revenue at? Let me see. What is revenue at? Come on, Thinkorswim. Come on, help me out here, please. I don't see 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries over multi. Wow, take a look at this, guys. Tesla sees 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries over multi-year horizon. So that says it all, guys. Jeez. But I don't see the revenue over here. Is it here? Okay, there you go. Here it is. So I just told you guys EPS and revenue came in. Let me see. Yeah, revenue came in at $13.70 billion. This must be a bit better than expected, guys. But I don't have the estimate over here. So let me pull up here. Let me see if I can see the news. Revenue versus consensus. No, I don't have the I don't have the estimate. So, yeah, I don't have the information complete here. So Tesla Q3 net, not revenue, progressing in the plan. So the news is coming out, and Tesla says continues to monitor full self-driving fleet data closely to help facilitate the smooth rollout of full self-driving. But I don't see revenue. Well, guys, I'm going to owe you guys revenue. There you go. So sales came in at $13.76 billion, beating the estimate of $13.62 billion. So this was a beat all across the board. This was very obvious, guys. I still need to take a deep dive into the earnings report, and I am very interested in taking a look at the automotive margin. So I will do that later on today. And after hours, we pull up here the 4-hour chart. Nothing important is happening as of now, I think, right? So Tesla is trading at $851. If tomorrow we happen to see a retracement of Tesla, let me zoom out here. I think that the main area of lower support for Tesla is going to be $834, guys. $834 happens to be... Ooh, sorry, I zoom in here. Okay, so as I was saying, $834 happens to be a previous area of support back from early February. So we are talking about a former area of support that was broken to the upside, and that should act as support. I think that Tesla might find a bunch of buyers near that area, and once again we had a huge beat, not a huge beat, but a beat all across the board. And Tesla says that they are thinking about increasing deliveries 50% in the next year. So that is huge, no doubt about it. And now let's move on, and let's go ahead and take a look at Context Logic, Wish, which happens to be recovering, guys. Wish went up today 14.47%. Jeez, it went up a lot, guys, and it closed today's trading session at $6.09. So, guys, I'm thinking, and taking into account that the relative strength index of Wish is a bit high as of now, it is at 72 points. So take a look at how this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart is coinciding with a previous area of support for Context Logic back from August 19. So, and since the relative strength index is a bit high, I would like to see, guys, because as of now, the phase of the stock of this company changed. It is starting to look bullish. So I might be interested in taking a trade on with Wish if we happen to see a process of consolidation slightly above $6. If Wish can trade sideways, guys, let's say for 1 or 2 trading sessions, somewhere between $6.10, $6.15, that might be a sign that the bulls of the stock of this company are gathering momentum in order to make a push higher and potentially pay a visit to the next important area of overhead resistance near $7.60. $7.60 is a previous area of resistance back from early September, and we are also talking about a former area of support that acted on multiple occasions between May and June as well. So if we were able to take the trade that I just told you guys about, starting from $6.13 and selling out of our shares at $7.50, we could be making a 20% profit. Jeez. So don't sleep on Wish, guys, consolidating slightly above $6. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Bbig, Vinca Ventures. And jeez, guys. So we got news last night that were, let's say, spinned by the media. So take a look at this. Let me pull up here the 5-day, 5 minutes. So take a look at the dump that we saw in the case of Vinca Ventures, guys. The stock of this company dumped 28% on fake news. Or let me pull up here the live news tab, because today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the company posted some sort of statement clarifying what happened. So let me see. Exclusive / Global Media co-founder explains. Okay, Take a look at this. So Sash Global Media co-founder explains miscommunication involving Vinco Ventures management transition. So what we are seeing in the case of Vinco Ventures is pretty much a management transition within the company. So the news that came out yesterday stated that the CEO of Vinco Ventures had resigned, but that isn't the case. So long story short, let me see. The company announced that Christopher Ferguson, former CEO of Vinco Ventures, agreed to a 3-year deal to serve as a senior strategic advisor with Vinco Ventures' parent company, Sash Global Media. Lisa King was voted in as the new CEO of Vinco Ventures. And on the other hand, Brett Vroman, former CFO of Vinco Ventures, was appointed CFO of Cryptide, a wholly owned subsidiary of Vinco Ventures. So this was a miscommunication that caused Bbig to drop 30% yesterday, and this situation happened, guys, at almost it was at almost 5:30 p.m. So whoever bought this dip, guys, yesterday and sold out today. So whoever bought Vinco Ventures yesterday after hours at $5.65 and sold out of it today at $7.32, which was the high point of today's trading session, made a 30% profit. How about that? That's what I call buying the dip. So I have been getting a lot of questions about Vinco Ventures, which went down today. It ended up going down today 17.99%, and it closed today's trading session at $6.38. Okay, guys, in technical terms, we have the convergence of this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart with a former area of overhead resistance for Vinco Ventures back from mid-February at $6.60. So Vinco Ventures closed today's trading session slightly below $6.60. And since the relative strength index of the stock of this company is at 39 points, very but very healthy, from a technical standpoint, watch out tomorrow for the stock of this company bursting above $6.60 and filling the next gap up to $8, guys. $8 happens to be a former area of support back from October 15, and it also acted as support back in mid-September and also back in early September. So if the bulls of Vinco Ventures, guys, were able to make this push to the upside from $6.70-ish up to $8, we are talking about a trade that would leave a 15% profit. Nothing to sneeze at, so watch out for Vinco Ventures, guys. So pretty much a miscommunication caused this huge drop of 30% that we saw yesterday. And I truly believe that the stock of this company happens to burst above $6.60 and good volume and momentum. The bulls of Bbig are going to be able to fill the next gap up to almost $8 per share. And guys, I have to talk about Bitcoin. So we have a new all-time high. I want to talk quickly about Bitcoin. So finally, at last, we have a brand new all-time high when it comes to the most important cryptocurrency out there. And as of now, Bitcoin is trading at $65,925. What's the next gap to be filled? I believe, guys, that before this year ends, we are very likely to see Bitcoin at around $100,000. That's my price target for Bitcoin. As I just said, guys, a bit before the year end, or maybe during the first days of 2022. So if anyone would be interested in dollar cost averaging or in starting any new position in Bitcoin, I think that if we happen to see a pullback down to $60,000, guys, let me move my screen over here. So $60,000 happens to be a former area of resistance in which Bitcoin felt back on May 10 and it also failed back on, this was back on March 20th, guys. So we are talking about a former area of resistance that now should act as a lower support if visited in an aggressive way, which would be the case because Bitcoin is very, but very overextended as of now. We can see the relative strength index on the yearly chart at 84 points, guys. So can Bitcoin keep on going up with its relative strength index already being at 84 points? It can happen, but we might see some sort of retracement, and I do believe that $60,000 would be a spot in which we can buy more Bitcoin. And congrats to all of the Bitcoins out there. You guys know that I am a bull myself, so let me show you quickly what my long-term position looks like as of now. So I own 0.29 Bitcoin at an average cost of $38,904. And as of now, I have, for the most part, a profit of $8,000. So today was a very, very important day for the crypto bulls out there. So cheers, guys. This is still going to be a rocket ride, no doubt about it. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the last stock of this video, Pypl. And Pypl fell off a cliff today, guys. So it turns out to be that Pypl wants to buy Pinterest. And we are talking about a lot of money, guys. We're talking about $45 billion. I don't think that Pypl is going to pay that money cash. This should be a cash and stock offering in order to buy Pinterest. And I am a bull. I think that Pypl has a bright future ahead of itself. And regardless of the transaction, regardless of the purchase of Pinterest, I am already a bull of Pypl. So Pypl went down today almost 5%, and it closed today's trading session at $258.35. So if the negative, let's say, consequence of the purchase of the, let's say, hypothetical purchase of Pinterest, because nothing has been confirmed yet by either Pypl or Pinterest. And this case made me remember, guys, when Salesforce purchased Work, correct? So when that happened, guys, the negative effect, once CRM announced that they were that they wanted to buy Work for $30 billion, so the negative effect of that news lasted something like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm thinking, guys, and since I am a bull of Pypl and I love buying the dip, that if Pypl happens to pay a visit down to $251, needless to say, I just told you that the Nasdaq 100 is very overextended. So if we happen to see some sort of retracement of the Nasdaq 100, Pypl is one of the most important members of that index. So we can make the case that that situation might put downwards pressure into Pypl. And if we happen to see $252, guys, I am going to be buying this dip. $252 happens to be a former area of resistance in which Pypl felt back in mid-March. And we are also talking about a former area of support back from October 4th. So at $252, I am going to be buying the dip. And in that case, my price target is going to be $275. $275 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which Pypl felt back in mid-June, and it also felt back in late April. And on top of that, we have the convergence, the coincidence of this 180 SMA and the 4-hour chart with a former area of overhead resistance. So if I were able, guys, to take this trade, picking up shares of Pypl at $252 and selling out of my shares at $225, I could be locking in a profit of almost 8%. This would be a very nice trade. So watch out for Pypl. As I just told you guys, in the case of CRM, the negative impact of the purchase of Work lasted something like 2 or 3 weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Pypl paying a visit down to $252, and in that case, I am going to be a happy buyer of the dip, no doubt about it. And with Pypl, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to the channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses. It is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.